What's good, y'all? I'm your co-host, Paris.
And I'm Haley.
And today we're talking about stewardship. Let's talk.
Your girl.
How are you doing, Miss Haley?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm cool.
I feel like in the beginning, I'm always super jittery and smiling real big. I feel like you can hear it.
Yeah.
In that "How are you?" I heard the smile.
Yeah, you can definitely hear a teeth.
Yeah, you see those chompers. For sure. But yeah, I'm glad you're good. I'm glad I'm good too.
Yeah, we chilling.
The weather's nice.
We back to scheduled program.
Yeah.
It ain't cold outside. Last podcast it was cold.
It actually was a little brisk. Wait, don't brisk mean fast. It was a little, what do they call it?
Frigid. It was cold outside.
Nah, it was cold. The word. It was, and that wind was with.
Oh yeah,
the wind is always with it. I think that's the issue.
It done heated up, and then temp dropped again.
But it's supposed to be 90 on Sunday.
Sneezy. It was supposed to snow last Sunday.
Yeah, but
which is crazy.
This coming Sunday is supposed to be like 90 degrees, which is
don't like that.
Insane because
it's giving home. Oh, don't like it.
Yeah, because Oklahoma gets humid, like how over there does, and I think that's interesting because it should not be that hot here. I feel like we're not like super inland, but like I think it's more inland than over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anywho.
So, stewardship.
Right. What's on the docket?
Yeah,
y'all. So what was it last week? I can't remember. Okay, it was last week. We kind of talked about transparency and Paris and I.
We just had like open talk.
Yeah, and like it was really just laying it out there on the table.
Right.
You know? And I feel like with some of the topics brought up during that, which I feel like we'll probably end up circling to here, but I think a lot of those kind of stemmed from not stewarding,
right?
You know, what God has given us or His gifts well, and you know, like the little piece that I put in there, kind of perverting and disfiguring the intent of what those gifts and were designed for. Yeah, and I feel like that causes us to be unaligned with what God has, because I mean, if we flipped the narrative of a gift that He's given us and gave it a whole new meaning, how is it aligned with the original plan if it's not the original?
Right.
You know, so
Okay, so for me, I want to say that can be stewardship, but another way that could show its face is through, wow, I just had it and it's gone.
No, that's what happens to me.
Taking things for granted.
Yeah, boom.
There we go. For taking things for granted. Like, in the beginning.
No, I just had when you said that, I immediately thought of something. Right. But no, it's you. It's all you.
Yeah. Taking things for granted. Because like in the beginning, when God made the earth, He made it and looked at it and said it was good. Like, this is good for humans. He made this, designed it specifically for us and the animals.
Yeah.
So if you think of it like, okay, the earth is a gift to us. And it was made perfect. And we took advantage of that. And we took it for granted when we decided to do what we want to do with the earth.
Oh.
Right? Because if we bro, I was outside and I was like, wow, look at nature. You know what I mean? Look at nature. Look at these trees.
Yeah. Bro. They starting to get their leaves back. They not naked no more. I'm like, hold on.
Right.
And it's starting to look more colorful out. Yeah, for sure.
These trees were gifts. Literal gifts. Like, we walk outside, it's gifts everywhere.
Yeah.
And we don't acknowledge those. We take that junk for granted.
It's an excellent perspective.
Well, I seen a video where this lady, she was singing worship music to her plants. And her plant grew so big.
Oh, don't hurt him.
I was like, yo, like, that's literally, like, I know the tree's happy.
Right.
I know the tree's happy. I said, I wish I was a tree.
Yeah.
That's, like, so firm. No, and they, like, the wind blows. That's
the
worshiping.
And they don't go nowhere.
The wind blowing through the trees is the trees worshiping. I said, I wish I was a tree. That junk's so firm.
It is real.
I like that.
That's a perspective I haven't really considered. I mean, I look at it and I'm like, oh, like, God, thank you for these gifts. Like, it's a beautiful scene you've displayed. But to look at that and be like, no, like,
this is for me. Like, you made this suitable and perfect and beautifully made for me to be around it
Mhm.
and look at it and gaze upon it.
Hey,
That joint hit different when you
thanks.
look at it like that. It's like,
Yeah. And
dang.
I also feel like that's why a lot of people are like, if you want to change your perspective. And
Right,
how
and I
you
had to
view
hit Haley
things.
with that joint.
Oh, okay. Because we're not doing that.
Right. We go put
No,
a pin in it.
no, right. No, for real, please. No,
Put a
I
pin in it.
trust. I do not mind being clocked. I do trust. I need that accountability for real.
Right.
But no, like changing your perspective on it, like looking at it and actually being like, wait, like thank you. You make this for me. You know what I mean? For me, like you said, to be around, gaze upon, and you know, if you didn't have that type of perspective, you're like, oh, it's just a tree. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of times that's what it is. You know, like even like we're seeing like people on campus and stuff around. I'm like, bro, like look at them. You
Bro,
know,
you brought them all the way here.
I know, and like thinking about that, and like you know, people like they say it's like Sonder or whatever, but I'm like, no, like that's like God, and knowing like, wait, like even though we're all living different lifestyles, we're all living the exact same lifetime. Like we're here together right now,
Right.
and it's like I might not even know these people while I'm here at this university, but the fact that like they're out here doing something, and I can see them just happy, and it's like I don't know, it's just a beautiful thing to see like those smiles, and I'm like, oh, there you go again, blessing somebody. Like I just think it's a beautiful thing. Just seeing people display joy, especially in a world that seems so divided.
Right.
And then yeah, like you were saying, we're like taking it back to the trees and the environment, because
like that's
I
like
wouldn't
so like first base.
And I wouldn't consider myself an environmentalist or nothing like that.
Me
but
either.
Definitely, y'all, it's getting hot too quick and it's getting cold too late. And like global warming is very much a thing.
Right.
Like places is flooding because the glaciers is melting, raising the sea levels. We ain't gonna get into that. But thinking about that, we, people, human, man, are the reason for those things.
Right.
You viewed the earth as a commodity when God gave us dominion and rule over the land. You took that as in I as in man can do whatever I want to with this because this is mine. Hold on.
And
because it's not.
gift.
And that's literally exactly what it is. Like, this is not yours. And you're feeling you have possession over something because I said you can rule. Like, no. You're not a ruler. You're just a keeper. You're stewarding.
Like, there you go.
Like, you're just the keeper, girl. These are little sheep. Like, what? And I don't think people understood that because it was just like, ooh, I'm going to take as much as I can, you know? And it's like, no. Like he told them when they was in captivity, told them when they was in the forest, in the jungle, he was like, don't worry about tomorrow.
Right.
Like, girl, man is coming every day. And every day it came.
The desert.
Exactly. Thank you. I was saying,
there you go.
Ooh,
for the people who don't,
my bad,
for the people who don't know.
I know I was going to be like, most days were Moses. Which they was. I couldn't remember. I knew they was dessert somewhere. Mm-hmm. But no, yes, like, that is hilarious. But no, yeah, like thinking about that. And then, during then, when they took more, it was rotten by the next day. Whatever they didn't consume it was rotten the next day.
Yeah, he gave them enough for
that day. But realizing that here in present time, he doesn't move like that anymore. But
he's still moving.
Exactly. And realizing that, like, he might not move like how he did to that extent, like, oh, food rotten or whatever you have is immediately, torn down and disrupted the next day.
Right.
But he's still, like you said, moving. And so realizing that, and like, I just think it's interesting when we take advantage of those things.
Right. And with that, we don't see, like you said, he isn't moving like that anymore, but he's still moving.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like a fake thing.
Ooh.
Right?
And it's funny that you say that because there's this Christian influencer that I follow, and she talks about, like, she's built several guides of like breaking generational curses and detach yourself from demons and, prayer and fasting, all those things. Mm-hmm. And she was talking about that because it was like operating in like kingdom power. You know what I mean? Like, when they were talking about the disciples when Jesus had gave them like power to heal people and do all these things, and that man came up to me. He was like, "Sir, like, Jesus, I came to your disciples and
Let's teach.
they couldn't do it.
They
And Jesus
couldn't.
was like, what you mean they couldn't do it? I told you could.
Right.
And so it was like, you're not operating in that power. And like you were saying, like,
I wonder if that's a faith thing, because it's like,
that is something to consider.
yes, because if they had more faith, they saw more. Too much is given, much is required.
Oh, come on. Oh,
right?
Come on, scrub.
Right?
Come on, scrub. Yeah.
Okay, so if we want to see these big things, but we don't got the faith for it, so how will we steward that when he gives it to us?
And then also,
how will we receive that gift?
Yeah. And that's what, like, that also brings me to, like, I think something I've said before, like, now I've changed my prayers to be like, God, prepare me for the process.
Right.
Because yes, I want this gift, and yes, I want this blessing, but like you said, you know how to steward what you're asking for?
Right.
I'm gonna use this example like I've done in the past, like school, like being here in college, like, thank you, I prayed about this, like, I want to be in college, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this, I don't know how to do this, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
But here I am, living out that answered prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes when the work gets too much, I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't know if I can do this. But I'm like, hold on, partner. You wanted to be here. You literally wanted to be here. What you should have been praying to him and asking him for was preparing you for the process and what it means to carry this load. Mm-hmm. Like you just said, you know, what you're asking for, it requires a lot. And I don't think you know the prereqs of what you're asking for. You know, God, give me strength and patience. Right on, your car won't start. And you already 30 minutes late to work or to school.
That'll do it for me.
Car won't start. Exactly. Y'all, my enrollment opened yesterday and I could not get in.
Bro, my enrollment
and I was sitting there
and certain classes wouldn't let me enroll.
And
I said, what's going on?
Paris, the whole website wouldn't even load for me. And then I would go and type in like Canvas or something else. Immediately, it would boot up. So I'm like, okay. So I literally called him and I had to pray and I just put on music because I'm like, God, like, there's no reason for this to be upsetting me the way that it is.
And for the people who don't know, if you don't enroll fast enough, all the good classes get gone. All the good professors is gone. Oh
gosh, and then you be on the wait list.
And then you stuck with
I'm not a wait list.
Trash professors.
Yes. And then you're sitting here like, nah, I can't do this.
Right.
But no, like, it's like the lottery. Like, we're not playing around here. You gotta get you a good slot, honey.
Get in and get out.
No. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, Lord. And like, I'm like, but there's no reason for this to be upsetting me the way it is. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, you know what? I was like, God got me. Like, the class I need to be in, I'll be able to get in them because I mean, I already had a plan ahead of time or whatever. But I was just like, I'm not gonna trip about it. And so I went back again around like 11 or so last night, and it did open it up. But like, where would I go with that? But anyways, no, I think I do. Oh, school, like that, and like I should have been crashing out about that. You know what I mean? Like, and then he's exposing me to myself all the time because I want all these big things, and I'm like, God bless me with this and that, please, thank you, signed, still delivered in Jesus' name. But it's like, wait a minute, you crashing out because you can't enroll in classes? Mm-hmm. Like, and to bring it, like, that's actually something that's so funny. Like, I'm really clocking myself because it's like. I mean, yes, I get it because it's stressful, but like, no, it shouldn't. Like, why are you letting it get that far? Like, you know. And then, like, I'm glad that he's blessed me to be able to check myself to have like the Holy Spirit, like, hey, calm down,
right? You
know, or immediately, like, I'll be sitting there worrying about something. I'm like, I'm letting myself get overwhelmed. Like, for what? Do not fret. Like, don't fret, don't sweat. You know, like really. And I'm like. You my peace. And that's literally and I'll be like, oh, signed, so deliberate. Like, no, and thinking about that, like, yes, to steward something, these blessings, you need to know to prepare. Like, you know, same thing when Moses was going to go get the people. God had to prepare him for that.
For real.
Yeah, I love Moses. If y'all ain't know. Like, you have to prepare him. Because, like, you're not ready. Like, he qualifies you.
And now, hold on, imagine if you would have went prematurely. And he wouldn't have been able to steward that right, and it probably would have went the opposite direction, instead of the way that it did. You see what I'm saying?
And I think
like you want faith. You say you got faith, and you say that you trust God, but you get in the lion's den and you crying.
Well, yeah, because when my back's against the wall, I'm looking to my left, I'm looking to my right. Because where are we going? Yeah, you're right. Like, and I realized that, like, in uncomfortable situations. I mean, I try to lean on God in all of them, and I don't try to lean on him only in bad situations because, like, I really don't like that. Because, like, yes, you're my hotline, but you're my friend above everything. Right, you're my father above it all. Like, we have a whole different relationship other than me. Like, hey, Pookie, so I need something. Like, no, it's not that type of relationship.
Right.
And so, like, realizing that, like, but in those moments of like chaos, I'm like, okay. and I seek him for like his stillness and his peace. Like, you can calm the waves. I know you can. So like, help me work through that. And yeah, I don't know. Like, that's just really like that's really helped a lot with dealing with the gifts, and then trying not to act impulsively, and then end up prematurely messing something up
right,
because
moving
you
too
wanted
fast.
to. Yeah,
And now.
yeah. And the enemy, y'all, he loved 2 times speed. Let me tell you.
Right, microwave.
Oh, girl, 2 times speed. He be on it. He be on it. Like, he loves that. Definitely will speed you up. You'll miss some stuff, and you be sitting here and get somewhere. You be like, how did I get here?
On the highway to hell.
Oh, doing 80.
That's crazy.
Girl, doing 80. Doing 80. Like,
that junk is crazy.
In a 45. Truly.
And I feel like we can even, like, okay, from a parent, I'm not a parent, but from like a parent's perspective, I could see how parents could steward the gift of children in the wrong way. Right? Because we have to look at it like God had that child in mind when he had you in mind.
Yeah. Oh, shut up.
Right?
Shut
so
up.
It's like,
yeah.
He knew when the time would be perfect for you to get the gift of that child.
Yeah.
And he would put you in position to steward that child the right way, as in raise them up in the way that they should go by the time they got to you.
Yeah.
But some parents don't, like, and it's not a shot, Mom. It's not, because it don't have nothing to do with nothing. I'm just saying. Just so don't text my phone. What I'm saying, like, I can see how parents could steward children wrong.
No, for sure.
Because I feel like parents are in the lives of their children to turn them to God.
Yeah.
Before they get by themselves. So when they get by themselves, they know how to walk and how to talk and how to do all of that stuff. And I feel like sometimes parents can take that for granted. They can be like, well, I just got kids.
Yeah.
And then now again, it's like, well, God trusted me with them to teach them and to lead them.
Yeah.
Until they get by themselves. And then they lead the way that I led them. But you got to be leading them right to even get to that point. You see what I'm saying?
No, I know exactly what you mean. But then you could be tapping into those children prematurely, Right. You were supposed to have them at 27, 28. You had that baby at 21, 18. That makes a difference. You're not even there yet to be taking care of. Like, you can't even do it yourself.
And there's nothing wrong with having
shade at all.
There's nothing wrong with having kids early, but the plan was to not have sex until marriage, and if you have sex before marriage, you most likely gonna have kids before marriage.
Yeah,
which is like a whole nother struggle within itself that sometimes we create for ourselves.
Oh no, I don't think sometimes. I think all the time. Because if you have a child outside of wedlock, I mean, that's the only option you have.
Right?
That's the only option you have.
But some people,
I don't
like,
know.
okay, look, the people who are in like unrecommended situations, like, not to be too like graphic, but like the people who were like molested or like raped and then got pregnant from that. Like, I feel like that's like not the baby, but the sin of rape was from that man or that woman, whoever did that. Yeah. And if you got pregnant from that, then the baby is never the sin. Oh, yeah. The sex is the sin.
It's the action.
The sex before marriage is the sin.
And I feel like that thing also applies when people are like when parents have children too soon, they're like, oh, you were a mistake. I don't think they mean the child. I think they mean the action of having you before I was ready was a mistake.
Right.
But the way the child perceives it as you were a mistake, which can lead to other issues, developmentally as they grow up and things like that. Because I'm like, if my parents view me as a mistake, then when I start internalizing that and feel that way, how am I going to start walking and aligning myself with that?
Right.
But no, definitely I feel you with that, because that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's all just kind of falls back on that, changing your perspective of the gifts that he gives us,
Yeah, like you can't look at that baby as the sin, because it wasn't. That baby was actually the gift.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is crazy, because you're saying like, with that, like, prematurely outside of marriage,
right?
That having sex and having a child,
that was the sin.
That the sin would be
not
in that
baby.
Having the sex. But if you're married, it's not,
right?
And so that also points me to another point of sex as a gift. That is that gift, that marriage through that covenant, exactly. And when you do that
by doing it
outside of the covenant, that's what happens. And so that's another way of perverting that gift. You sit there, ovulation come, you fighting for your life because you just got all these lustful thoughts. That's
Right.
a gift. Those emotions, all that, those hormones,
Natural.
he designed you like that for a reason. Like, queen, you're fine. Trust. What you do based upon those feelings, those hormones, those actions, that is where you can sin or you cannot.
Because even your hormones got to be holy.
Come on now. Come on now.
Even your hormones got to be holy.
And that's why I'm like, Lord, this is you. You got this. Like, I rebuke the spirit of the name, and I call it out. Call it out.
You got to.
No, call them by their name so they can flee from you.
Literally.
Just get up off of me, shaking my shoulders, get off of me. But like another way that we just kind of flipped it. And so now you're having premarital sex and things like that, and you're realizing like, dang, I have all these attachments to me. Yes, because you've created little covenants all over the place outside of the covenant of marriage. And so now, yes, you do have these ties.
And now you got like 12 bodies, and you wonder where you got 12 rings and looking for a ring from the man that you with, and ain't gonna get it because you already married.
Oh, God.
Like some tea.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah, because when you have sex with somebody, you form that covenant. So basically, in the spirit, you married to that person.
Yeah.
And how many bodies you got? How many count your fingers? How many rings?
Yeah.
And you want a ring from the man that you with right now, but you got other rings on your finger.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well.
And that's when you gotta go. And that's when you gotta go pray.
No.
Like, you gotta break them, like, covenants.
Yeah. But and then we'll be sitting here crying because there's a consequence to everything. And I feel like, well, through that free will, the consequence is up to you. You know what I mean? Like, we say all the time, like, something's got to die, whether it's the flesh or it's the spirit, but that choice is made on the decisions that you decide to make.
Right.
And so the consequences that you reap are up to you. And so doing those things, you just got to know what you're getting yourself into, and not saying that as like an excuse, but realize that and weigh that out when you're thinking about like, oh, I mean, I really am tempted to do this. Okay, run through that little track record real quick and see what you will probably have to put up with if you go down that route. Right. Or just surrendering that to God and being like, look, you got this, because I can't fight this with my flesh. I'm losing, been losing, will continue to lose. And so I need your help. Like, and I'm surrendering this to you. I'm giving this to you because I can't do it on my own volition. Like, it's not happening. As we can see. Right. Yeah, as we can see, So, yeah, like these are beautiful things that he's blessed us with. Mm-hmm. But man definitely has tainted them for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking the other day, and that's what I get for thinking.
Yes, I hate when I think and he starts surfing my heart and my mind and starts talking.
And that's what I get for thinking.
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
There, the scripture that says, "Be perfect, for your Father in heaven is perfect." I said perfect. Yeah, I ain't got it. I ain't got it in me.
Yeah,
and it's the thing. But he knew we would not have that in us, so he sent perfect to earth as Jesus, and died because he knew you gonna fail. Right. I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't gonna make it. Right. So let me help you out. I'm gonna send Jesus, and he's gonna be perfect and be your imperfect on the cross. Yeah. Which is like,
he definitely took that on. He did.
Crazy. So I know you can't be perfect, but I'm gonna give you the chance to ask for forgiveness and repent. And when you do, I'll wipe that away. So I just see you as perfect. Yeah. Let that junk sink in. Because that's just.
And then when you take up my yoke, right? Because I give you perfect in the spirit.
And then I look at you like it was never there.
Because you
covered. So technically, you would be perfect. In spirit.
That makes me so uncomfortable.
In because spirit, like, when you ask for forgiveness and he sees it no more, he forgets it in his mind. Yeah. He only sees the good, and so he sees perfect.
I know. And that's another thing too. Like, this girl was talking about that, and it was like, oh, like, I want to see me the way you see me.
Ooh.
Because
that could be scary.
I know.
Slow down.
I know it. And she was like, because man, gripping my chest. She was like, because like, she was struggling really, really badly. Mm-hmm. And she was like, and I just feel like I'm seeing a bunch of negative things. And he showed her, who she was to him. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, I'm a lot better than what I thought I was. She was like, I didn't think I was. The way she perceived herself was definitely not the image that he had for her. And it was something. His image was far more beautiful. To sum it up, and I was thinking about that. And I'm like, like you're saying, we're tainted, we're stained. All of us have fallen short of the glory of God. We've all sinned, and like realizing that, but I do. Like I want, because I asked him already. I'm like, hey, expose me, like show me who I am, and girl, yeah. But then I want to see, like, who did you intend for me to be?
Oh my gosh.
And show me where I'm at with her. Cause I mean, I know I'm not with her, but show me. And then also too, like, help me become who you told me to be. Like, please.
Yo.
Because this is not about me, I'm seeing these gifts and who you are and wanting to be like you and glorify you. And so I need to align myself with who I'm supposed to be in you, in your body. Like, I need to know. I gotta know what that looks like. Truly. And
I'll be scared for stuff like
I
that.
I know. I'm always asking him for a bunch of stuff.
No, because when you get like, when the elders be prophesying, they tell you all this stuff that God, that I see you doing all of this big stuff.
Yeah.
Not a little, not a little jump. I'm talking some big jump.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just little old me. Like, you want me to be big me.
And I feel like, I don't know, like, I've noticed myself being more uncomfortable and working through that uncomfort and, like, taking the risk and doing the things and really having to, like, okay, God's gonna get me through this. Like, and even if it's just, like, getting me through feeling nervous and anxious, God's gonna get me through that.
Right.
And giving it to Him. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do it. And then I do it, I'm like, and then I hear, like, see, it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. And I'm like, yeah, I know, Pookie. I know. And I'm like, I know. And it's like
even this.
Yeah, ooh.
Girl, we was scared. We was nervy.
Terrified, capital T. What? Nervy. I was like, no, I can't.
And now we're a couple episodes in. Look at that.
I know. And that's the thing, too. Like, thinking about, literally.
Yes, like, literally.
Thinking about that, I'm like, thanks. Because if I was like, I'll be like, oh, I can't.
If we would have shrunk back.
Yes, because the temptation was right there.
Literally.
And I wanted to. I'm not gonna say her lie. I'm like, girl, please. I literally sat here and that's spirit. So I said, me? I was like, oh, I took some days. And then the day I told her I was gonna get back to her, I didn't get back to her that day. I got back to her the next day. Because I was like, no. And then literally that whole day I was like, oh God, like, I got to experience that. And then I'm like, hey, come on, girl. Get it together.
And then we actually decided to do it, and 2 weeks went by and we did nothing.
Yeah. Yes, no, literally, you're so right. I forgot.
That's crazy word.
Oh man, you see how he works? Like,
2 weeks went by, and we were like, saying yes was like almost. It was like way easier than actually get up in here and do it.
Oh yeah, I feel like
it's the same thing with like the walk.
Yeah,
you can say yeah all day, but if you ain't in there actually doing it, like walking like that and talking like that and acting like that, you ain't doing nothing. And when we showed up, we weren't doing nothing. We said yeah. We ain't recording not a lick or nothing. We ain't talking about no topics. We ain't talking nothing like that.
And I mean, words with no emotion behind them are just words.
Words, so just chatting.
Yeah. Heavy on walk the walk, talk the talk, and don't do nothing.
Right. Faith without works is dead.
Oh. Okay.
Very much deceased. Let the dead bury the dead.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
God. And I think, like, we hear that scripture, and it's like, oh, I gotta be a busy bee in the church. And I gotta do this, and I gotta do all these great things, do all this, do that. And it's like,
we not busy,
yo, heart.
Sit you right down.
Yo, heart. Because then in scripture, he like, oh, God did not prophesy your name, cast down all this, doing all of the works. Air quotes, they real big if y'all can't hear them. If y'all can't see them, y'all can hear them. They real big.
Right.
Doing all these works. And he's like, I didn't know you.
I don't know you.
And so then it's like, okay, so then you take both those scriptures, like, okay, so then what is the work?
Right.
And then it's like, wait a minute. My heart, my posture, my life needs to be surrendered and given to you in line in accordance with your will.
Right.
That's work.
commandments.
That is legit work, and
That is not.
and you're working every single day, nonstop.
Right.
And that's not to make it seem tiresome and oh goodness, but put in perspective when you're taking on his sacrifice and who he is. Like I'm gonna have to sacrifice, surrender a bunch of things to you, because in nature I don't want to do nothing that you want to do. You said turn the other cheek. I want to hop out the car. Right. You're telling me to do all these things, and I want to do the complete opposite. I mean, look, literally today, I said I thought something, and I was like, no,
I want to hop out the car.
Right, and I want to hop out the car. Bro. You gotta be careful, y'all. That road rage girl, they will shoot you. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. No, y'all need to be right. Y'all need to be careful.
No, and I just clocked the freak out myself. Ooh. Actually, no, because okay, look. Oh, let me tell y'all.
Road rager.
No, please. Oh my gosh, I was in the parking garage, and you know, the parking garage speed limit say 5.
Yeah, like you should be doing 2 miles an hour in that place.
But look, we don't do no 5 is crazy. We on the move. I gotta get to class. I got something I gotta do. Somebody's actually going 5. I say, how dare you? I say, how dare you?
But Paris, girl, you can't even speed in that place.
But look, it was the car
Federal
in front of me. It wasn't that one, but it was the one in front of that one.
Ooh.
Girl, when I
hate when the line leader be going slow.
I laid on the horn. I said,
Paris,
go, like. But
you're fed. That
God is working on my patience. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No, because why are you going 5 miles per hour?
You're in a parking garage.
But you're going 5 miles. You're not even on the gas. Be for real. And it's a whole, no. The line is wrapped around and you're going 5 miles per hour and you're in front of everybody. I can see if you was at the end. Do your thing, whatever. But you in the front.
I know when the line leader driving slow, I'd be like, okay, what's going on? What's going on?
And it's nothing in front of him.
But still, you in a parking garage.
But still,
I can't believe you.
5
trying
miles
to be Mario and Dreddy in the parking garage is crazy.
No, because girl, I be zooming in that parking garage.
Oh my god,
I really do. That's why my mama don't like riding with me. She grabbed the hand.
Please, not the little bar up there.
I promise. She don't like getting in the car with me anyway.
Right.
Well, I had to slow down.
Yes, it's a must.
Girl, because when they put me in that chain gang, I was like, oh, you got me good. You really did.
Mine when I got billed that ticket.
No, baby. A ticket wasn't nothing. The first time I got pulled over, we sidebar.
Yeah, actually.
Hold on, wait. The first time I got pulled over, I got 3 tickets.
3?
Yeah. It was stop sign, no insurance, no driver's license. Ooh, and it was like $1,000 altogether. My mom made me pay it all by myself, so I got used to like getting the tickets. You know what I mean? But they had never got me for what I was actually doing, which was speeding. I was like, oh, we lit.
See, y'all, God gave her some wheels. Look at it.
We was definitely not
trying to turn it to Kim Block out here.
Stewarding it not too well because they definitely got me. Like, and when they actually pulled me over, like the third time they actually pulled me over for speeding, it was free me. It really was free me because my license was suspended. I'm so dead serious.
Girl,
it was free me, y'all, and it was like a couple days before my mom's birthday.
She's fed.
Yeah,
somebody get rid of this lady.
I did. I think that's TMI, but go ahead.
Please. I don't really remember.
I wasn't stewarding that vehicle the proper way, and I guess when I laid on that horn, I guess I wasn't. We're still working on it. On it.
No,
that's
take
your
time.
The thing is, we're still working on it.
Exactly, and realizing the work,
right,
has to be done.
Realizing the problem is the first step.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because how you gonna try to fix something you don't even know what the issue is?
Mm-hmm.
But no, nice from today. We were just chopping it up, and I was like, "Why do I think the way that I do?" And he was like, "Yo," and he was like, "Cause you say it," and I was like, "Ooh, okay," because I didn't need all that.
You speaking it,
and I was like, "Wait," and I was like, "Okay, but if I'm saying it, that means that I thought it." And I was like, if I thought it, that means that it's in my heart, and there's a true desire towards that thing in my heart. And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Yeah."
What comes from the mouth comes straight out of the heart. That's the Bible say.
Y'all, and that's the thing. Like, God really like he be real sweet and gentle to me, but it really be like boom in your face. Like
I ain't gonna play no
because
games with it.
no, because like me, I have to have that. Oh, okay. Like I do. Like sometimes you gotta be like, oh, right. Because I need to be silenced a little bit sometimes. Because I be sitting there in my head be going, I'll be like, oh, yeah. And I kind of talk to myself inner dialogue like that. Because I talk kind of like that out loud. And so I think that's why he's like, oh, I'm going to reach you where you at. And I'll be like, boom. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Spooks. Appreciate you. Like, thanks. But it was like, because you say it. And I was like,
what? Oh, and he clacked you just like how you would have clacked.
No, literally. And I was like, wait. And I was like, you know what? And I was like, yes, you do. And then I was like, okay, but if I'm speaking it, then that means it's a thought living and dwelling in my head.
Because in your heart.
Exactly. And then taking it the next step, it's a true desire of mine in my heart if it even became a thought. And I was like, dang. There he go. I was saying, and I was like, oh.
I feel like he'd be approaching me like, yeah. Like how I would like if something happened, it would just be like, just come sit down.
Yes.
Like just like it's very gentle because I'm like the one you didn't even have to whoop. You just look at me wrong. I'm already crying.
Oh.
So it's like
I'm already crying. No, that's valid.
No, that's so real.
Disappointment.
So when he approaches me like on some like, I'm gonna check you right quick. Like let me get you all the way together. It's on some. Come sit right here, right quick. Like come here. Like let's talk. Like what's really going on?
Yeah.
It's always very gentle though. It's not like because I will be balling. Like please, don't even raise your voice.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do all of that. Like I'm already crying.
No, that's real. And then like also too, because I feel like I respond like people tell me like you talk really fast, and so it's like I mean I feel like I kind of do a little bit. I can tell I do because my words be like, and then sometimes I'll be missing some of them, and I be have to slow down and backtrack. And so. And then that's why I be trying to like discern and be like, okay, wait, is this me or is this him? And then I'm like, no, I would never come up with anything like that.
Right.
I'm not that sound. So I'm like, yeah, that's definitely him. And then like, I mean, y'all like sucker punch me. He's like, 'cause you say it. And I was like, oh.
You gotta.
I was like, oh, okay.
You got a mom on you.
Lamar got a little sass to it. Like a little sass to it. And I was like, well. And I immediately defensive. And I'm like, hold on, you talk about Lord align me with you and this and that. You got to be able to handle that critique and that accountability and that criticism. You can't be telling him to transform you. You don't want to be a transform. Girl, please.
Right.
Like, get real. And I was like, well, and I'm like, reflect. And I was like, dang. And then boom, scenarios, things just pop in my head of me saying stuff I shouldn't have had no business saying. And I'm like, oh.
Like the TV screen right in front of you.
Girl, talk about mirror on the wall. I said, well, and you're going to make me sit in this? And it was like, yeah. Kept on rolling. And I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh, I seen like, something. Yeah. It was like Judgment Day. It was like, he would like literally, if you try to lie, he would like literally show you when you did it.
Talk about receipts to the next level.
You're looking at yourself doing what you was saying that you didn't do.
Y'all, talk about receipts.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
That is crazy. What? Like, I promise you.
God is too good.
Oh, God forbid.
He's too good.
God forbid.
He started rolling the tape on me.
Yes, like, no, for real. No, for real, because y'all, I done did some stuff.
I just ain't gonna lie. I'm just like, yeah.
I'd be like, yeah. You know what?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Just got, like, just.
Because you're not really taking the L. He already knew you was acting a fool what he gave you.
Everybody
else, you sitting here lying. I was sitting there like, you really lying to God? Get real.
You lying in front of the Most High.
Talk about that's quite embarrassing. Actually,
the holy.
That actually is really embarrassing. Don't let that happen.
Right.
Don't let that happen.
And then the angel sitting there with the book, and you lying. Right. Not everybody know you lying. That's what. And everybody looking. You do.
And everybody looking to their left, to their right, looking back at you, like.
It was like, oh man.
I'm like, wait, I did that.
Even like the stuff that you forgot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gonna run through it.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Don't let.
I don't want my tapes rolled.
I don't need him.
I just want good and faithful. Good and faithful, come.
Right.
Good job.
That's why I need.
All I want. Right. Well done.
Right. That's why
I don't want no tapes rolled.
Playtime over with.
God forgive me. Right now. For real.
No. And another thing too, like with that, God forgive me. and repenting. Like literally, I was praying him the other day, and I was like, I gotta stop asking you to forgive me of this sin, and like I gotta quit that because I'm abusing your grace, and that's how I felt about it. You know, like I'm like, okay, well, God, I repent of this sin. Please forgive me. This and I'm like,
but you have to turn away when you say that. You can't keep doing it.
and that was the thing. And it's like, okay, yes, turning away. Boom, you tempted, you fall. And so it's like, okay, get it back up. No. And so it's like, and so that was the thing too. And that's what I'm feeling like. But then I feel like, oh, here we go with the feelings. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say that every time I say it.
Right.
Because like that's the thing though. It is about feeling. But then at the same time, I'm like, no, it's not.
Deceitful.
Girl, the most. Deceitful. And so realizing that's when I'm like, okay, like you were talking about change your perspective. I said, okay, Barrett. Because I'm not trying to do this. Thursday's not here yet,
but
and I don't need you.
Real,
and I don't need you shooting arrows at me. I'm tired of catching strays.
That was true.
It's not even a stray. It's directly at me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, baby, I'm in your
stamp
face.
is there.
I'm in your face.
The stamp is there.
I'm in your face with it. But now, like, I do appreciate that. Please, never change. God bless you. Like, for real, never change. But no, like thinking that, and I'm okay. Oh, so, but then the feeling like, ooh, well, and I'm hearing that kind of, well, you not doing enough.
Oh, really I hate that.
And so then I'm like, okay, but then I'm like, okay, what? But then I'm hearing him, and he's like, God's like, okay, well, spend time with me. You know, like you feel like you're not there. Read my word. You know. Chat it up for more than 30 minutes a day. Like, you know, spend some time with me. Spend time with me while you're doing your day-to-day, in between classes, things like that.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, yes. And I just feel like, since I'm very, like, what does I say? Like, what's the word? Like, activity or task-oriented. Like, checked it off the box. Yeah. I'm like, I can't do that to you.
See, I'm not.
You know?
I'm definitely not.
And, well, because the thing is, like, I'll get... Even right now, trying to keep up with all the stuff I gotta do. Like, I'm like, ooh. And I keep it all here, but at the same time, I be texting myself. I do, y'all. Haley, that's my girl. I'm like, hey, you got this assignment due. Let me know. Like, get on that. Like, for real, like, just, and so, but I'm like, I can't do that with you, because this is not what that is. You're not an assignment. You not due at 11:59. Oh, girl. Matter of fact, I've been trying to get away from my assignment. I'm trying to break free from her. Okay, I'm trying to get rid. Like, I'm not. No. And so I'm like, you gotta do it at 11:59. I can't do that to you. I cannot. And so I'm like, okay. But since that's how I operate a little bit, I noticed like, ooh, y'all, shut up.
No, I
know like the enemy, like he does, he comes at that, and it's like, well, but you ain't do this, and you didn't do that, and you didn't do that, and it's like, oh, this, and I'm like, okay, girl, get off of me. But it's like, oh, but then I internalize that, and I'm like, well, you didn't do that, and you didn't do that, and I mean, yes, you prayed, and yes, you talked to him today, but like, you're not reading his words, so do you really know his character? And I'm like, oh, look, y'all, these are literally like inner conversations that I'm having. Like, I trust. Auntie's not making these up on the fly. These play throughout the day, unfortunately. And then, but then I hear him like, child, what you so worked up for? And I'm like, oh.
There you go.
Hey, I was looking for you. But then I'm like, but God, I'm not. And it's like, okay, you're right. You're not. Like, but you're talking to me, and you've been doing that a whole lot more. And like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he's revealing things that I'm like, I'm not considering, because I'm just looking at what I'm not doing. And it's like, if you focus on that negative so much, it's like,
you will lose the positive.
Yeah, quickly. And it's like the things that he's given us, and the things that he has done, and things that I have done to glorify him. Like you said, you're not even paying that any attention at all. And I'm like, okay. So it can be a lot. Mm-hmm. And then you find yourself, falling more into temptation, or, doing this, and then you sitting here looking like, well, I thought I overcame that. Like, ooh, what are we doing?
Even with like the busybody thing.
Yeah.
That does not come from God.
No.
And let me tell you.
Thank you.
When you get in a space where you just busy, God will sit you down so quick. Oh, that job taking too much of your time? Lost it. Here you go.
Right.
It ain't got no more time. Ain't got no more time. Right, it's like all my time. Now you ain't got no time.
Still delivered. Boom.
Right, that busybody does not come from God.
No,
So if you find yourself, I got this, and I don't got no time to do none of it.
And that's how I feel. Like, it's like, I don't have time for you. And then I'm like, how could you say that?
You like, don't got time for me? I'm gonna make time.
And that's the thing. And then I'm like, how could you literally say that? And then, like you said, break it down, sliding down the wall, crying.
Right.
Like, yeah, because I had to sit you down.
I did. In my face.
And that's what I'm telling. And then I tell him, I'm like, God, but why am I letting it get to that point? Like, that's how I be, like, how I'm talking right now is like, this is really how we be talking. Like, I'm like, why am I letting it get there? Like, please show me that. Or.
And I think that's.
Wait.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Wait,
Wait,
no.
I think that's a. Oh my gosh, it sounds.
If it's a problem, say it.
No, I think that's a priority thing.
And
I think at that point, what are you prioritizing over God?
Oh, here she go, y'all.
Oh my gosh, and I'm not trying to lie.
No, my feelings are not hurt. Trust, but that's real, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why? And then that's what I'm like, why can't I make you a priority, or why aren't you the top? You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be including everything in you.
And then watch this. What are you making bigger?
Why? Exactly.
What are you making your God?
And that's what,
oh, there you go.
What?
What are you making your God instead of?
Wait a minute. Like,
that's really what it is. That's the same thing as saying, like, what are you prioritizing?
And then, but the thing is, and I feel like I don't ever look at it as that. I don't look at it as like, but
it is.
Literally.
It is.
And so it's like,
and that's, and the devil do that too.
And then that too, and then it's like,
because you're doing it, but you don't know you're doing it.
Because even when you said that, I was like offended, like, what do you mean? Girl, God over who? Yeah. Please. Not above you.
But you're saying it.
Actions. Like, you're not, oh God, this is disgusting. Y'all, this is last episode. I gotta get out of here. Y'all ain't gonna see me ever again. Hold on. But it's not trust. Auntie ain't going nowhere.
You can say it.
Exactly.
And that's say that Jesus is God, but you making work your God.
Yeah, school.
Making school your God. Making a relationship your God.
Yeah.
Because that's what you prioritizing over spending your time with him.
That is true. Oh, not stewarding the gift well. Because there it is. Right. A blessing for you to be in school. Here you are. Boom, putting it before me. You prayed about this relationship. Boom, before me. You prayed about this job. Boom, before me.
Real quick, y'all had a dog.
You got a dog?
I had a dog.
Oh,
I love this dog. Oh, this was my dog. Well, it was really my sister dog, but
right, that's how
we was bonded. Like,
right.
We was bonded.
I tell my sister all the time, I'm like, that's my dog. She like, no,
literally. Like, I would come home from practice, and he'd be running downstairs. I was like, oh, Stinky.
Yes, we
what's going on? Like, I loved it, that dog. I loved that dog, and God took it away from me. Sure did. I loved it too much, and I cried and I cried, but I knew why he took it.
Why?
Because I loved that dog too much. Literally, all like, oh my gosh. When you say, this is the thing.
No, take your time.
Brother.
Take your time, YT. Take your time.
We gotta realize that loving anything outside of God with all of our heart. When somebody says, I love you with all my heart, you sinning. You're sinning. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. So when I say I love you with all my heart, I just sinned against God because I just gave you that position. And so don't be surprised when something gets snatched from up under you because you saying,
and then you're like, oh,
I love
my
you
feet.
with all my heart. Because no, you can't do that.
Love you lots.
And God is just jealous God. Be careful with your words. Be careful with your words.
And that's why that's their life. It's just your tongue.
Yeah. That's like we don't see that, but God showed it to that dog right away from me. Like I'm telling you, me and this dog was so bonded. When he was gonna get a whooping, he'll run and hide behind me.
Yes.
I said, I love you so. I love you so. I love you too much. Yeah. It's all right. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna make some room. I'm gonna make some room.
Crazy. Ooh,
that dog was gone in the morning,
and
I woke up. I was like, where is he? Mama took that dog away. Mama gave the dog away. Mama, why would you do that? That still hurt me to this day, ma. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Side eye in the mic.
No,
I'm a
like,
snitch. I'm telling you.
no, for
But
real,
no,
like,
that's
that was
real
my
and that's
baby.
valid. Like,
And that's an animal. So imagine if it was a job, a significant other. Like,
that is true. Ew, that's gross. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
That's
either.
real. Because it's like, you don't think that's what you're doing.
But you're definitely doing it.
Yeah.
And the devil love when it's in that.
And it's so
that
frustrating.
atmosphere.
Yeah, when it's like unintentional
like,
and you're oblivious to it. Because that is trifling.
Yeah.
Like, but then it's like, no. But when you break it down and you look, you're like, wait a minute, I am doing that. And even if I don't think I am, in all those moments where I sacrifice my time with you for that thing, I'm doing it then too. So it's like, are you really unconscious? Because you're consciously choosing to do something else other than spend time with me. So can you really say, oopsie, accident, coincidence, when it's intentional to some degree?
Right.
Y'all,
and your heart is very and your heart is very intentional, but in your mind, you don't even know you're doing it. But that's what the devil wants you to be.
I don't like this.
You don't know where you don't even know you're doing it, but you're doing it so well. I love that for you.
That's what
the devil love that for you. That's a crazy word.
I have nothing to say.
Oh my gosh, back to that dog. Real quick. No, I found out, like, I saw a testimony where this girl, her dog had passed away, and she prayed to God that the dog would be in heaven when she get there. And she had a dream that the dog was in heaven. Girl, I prayed that for her. Right. I want to see my Pookie again. I want to see him again so bad. Like, that was my...
I know. I think about, like, our dog, and I'm like, he's such a blessing. I'd be like,
and that's so sweet.
I'd be praying over him and for him. Like, I swear, like, one time, like, y'all, he was like tweaking out and spazzing. I think he's like having a dream or something.
Oh my gosh,
I literally put my hand on him and prayed. I was like, because we all covered by the blood around here. I was like, God, like, please, not my baby, not our baby, not the baby you gave us, please,
for real.
Please. Like, he's truly a blessing, and I thank God, because I'm like, he just gets us, like,
and he really does.
He just gets us, and then even like our pup, like he gets us, like, and I'm like, just thank you for that, like, thank you,
bro. Like, we honestly don't deserve dogs.
We don't deserve a lot of stuff,
like,
but
actually, girl, you just clocked some teeth. Like,
I ain't trying to be like that,
please, but no, like, I feel like, and this is a whole nother note. I think Adam had like a knack for animals. Because when God said, okay, I'm going to put you down here, but I'm going to give you something to do, you can name all these animals.
I was saying, he had to name them. I mean,
he named all these animals, and he did it well.
And he did.
I think maybe he had, he had a thing for the animals. You know what I mean? I think in these days, he could have been a vet. You know what I mean? You never know.
Oh, definitely. Adam got us. Dr. Doolittle?
A farmer. You know what I mean? Like, he would have, I feel like, yeah.
But no, that's real. Just like, but yeah, back to where was we at?
Stewardship.
Yeah. I mean, because even still, like, it still applies. Because, like, that is true.
And the animals are a gift from God.
Yeah.
So how do we steward those animals?
You see those pets out of control.
Right. Mm-hmm. You led them that way.
Right. Kids that be acting up.
You be seeing the dogs that be praying. Oh my gosh, they be praying before they eat. Now that's raising a child up in the way that she got.
Yeah, actually, like, when I give me a dog, like my own dog, like, yeah, because we bow your head, close your eyes. We don't play that.
Oh my gosh.
But with repentance and, God's grace and things of that nature, like, I feel like a lot of times that being able to come to him and be like, God, please forgive me, like, that's a gift, that's a blessing. Yeah. I view that as something.
Because we wouldn't have got that.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have.
We would have still been killing all these animals.
Oh, gosh, girl. Oh, yeah, honey. That is so true. No, that's real, though.
Right.
Jesus, eat a lamb. Okay? Eat a lamb.
Eat a lamb.
And so, like, with that, it's like, I can't keep, like, get out of jail free card with praying and repenting, and it's like,
but you gotta change.
Yeah, and your posture has not changed, and I don't want to abuse that, because because that is a gift and definitely a blessing. You could
A blessing for sure.
Right.
For sure. So now y'all, I was checking to see if the mics was still on.
Right on.
Yeah.
I was like,
But yeah, man.
I think
it's important. Because you can say it all, like I said, you can say it all day, but you just talking.
Yeah.
Only talking.
Ooh.
Right. So we got as a collective. I said we have to change.
You shoot.
We.
Well, that is true.
Gotta do better. Like that one lady, hold on.
No.
Like that one lady that was on TikTok, she was like, y'all, we gotta stop doing powder. We gotta stop doing powder. Ain't no who is we.
Right, yeah, who's
Hold
we,
on,
girl?
wait a minute.
I don't do the book of sugar.
No. Hold on. I pray God change it.
No.
We ain't doing that. We never was.
Yeah. And that's true. Like, I think that's also why it helps you, like, surround yourself by people who are also seeking out, Christ.
Yeah.
And his will. Because it helps. It really, really does.
Yeah, like, this is like weekly therapy.
Oh. Right on.
Yeah. I love that for me.
Y'all,
actually.
I'm definitely going to be charging her at the end of it. I'm like, oh. I'm gonna mail her bill. Be like, hey girl,
I'll pay you in godly love.
I heard that. I know that's right.
Bro, no, this is like weekly therapy though. Like, just like to check in, to spend time with, you know what I mean? Let's
and then also too, that accountability, because when because you at home, you isolated, and you just la 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 la. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing God good, boom boom, and then you sit here and you start. Oh, you're fed. And then you start talking about the things that you actually are doing. You're like, wait a minute, I ain't doing nothing.
Right, definitely not doing nothing.
I'm not doing nothing. And then having someone to be like, hey, baby, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this.
Yeah.
You gotta tighten up.
This is literally that.
You gotta tighten up. Or even if, like, it's not that direct, the things that you're saying, it's making me reflect and be like, wait a minute. Right. Yeah, no, I need to tighten up. Mm-hmm. And that was the thing, like, I completed a fast recently. It was a 7-day. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy because I got in the rhythm of, reading and stuff like that. And then I realized that yesterday was the first day that I didn't, like, read. And I was like, there's something I need to be doing. Right. Didn't read. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Didn't read. And then now looking back, I'm like, bruh, what is wrong with you? And then I'm like, nope, tonight? Yeah, because no. And I enjoyed spending that time. Like, yes, I talked to you, but it's another thing to read the word and then digest that, and then you speaking to me and I'm writing every like bunch of stuff down, and like I'm like, wait, and not even things to like recall like only, but like reflection too, and then implementing the things that you say to me. I mean, y'all, hopefully y'all know he was Jesus, right? But like implementing the stuff that he's telling me, and I'm like, wait, and then sitting there for a little bit in his presence, and then boom, having an aha. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, writing that down too.
And you mean a conversation?
Oh yeah, no.
There you go. Because you actually gotta wait for the answer.
That's what I'm saying. Sitting there like you said, and then you waiting for that aha through the conversation that you have. Right. I'm like, wait a minute.
Because you can talk, but you're not even gonna wait for me to respond. What's up?
That's crazy you said that. Because literally today when I was talking to him, and I was like, why do I think the way that I think? And I mean, because he be giving me responses pretty quick sometimes. Because sometimes he like to, it don't be expressed. We just gonna put it like that. It don't be same day delivery. It be like,
make you wait a little bit.
Oh, girl,
till the time is right.
And then I sit there, and then it's like, see, you wasn't waiting. And then I'll pray like again, and it's like, but when we used to rush my daddy, he'd be like, keep your shirt on, like don't rush me. And I'm like, that
not ready, Katie.
I know. Like that's what that reminds me of. Like, girl, keep your shirt on. Hold on. Like, wait a minute. Just sit back and ride. Like, just sit back and ride. And I'm like, okay, you right. And I'm always, and that's another thing to like, thank you for like when I feel myself squeezing onto the reins, I be having moments and I hear them and it's like, oh, and I'm like, okay. Cause you grip it, like release.
You gotta let it go.
Like, please.
Cause you'll be like, Lord, take this from me, but you holding on. You the one that's holding on.
Cause I told you lay at my feet, and then you're not laying at my feet. So what? You don't think I'm capable of taking this stuff off you? Right on. Go ahead and battle it again. Keep trying until you bring it to me again.
But it's I ain't mean that for you.
You meant that
exactly.
Oh God, gross.
You meant that for you without even knowing that's what you meant.
Well,
because you wanted to walk by yourself.
And I don't want it to ever come down to like, well, God, this is what I meant, but this is what you did. Because that's the type of person I am.
Oh, that felt like
exactly. I didn't mean I didn't mean to shoot you now. I didn't mean to shoot you. Girl, grab your gold chain.
Dang.
Like, no, because I'm one of those. I'm like, okay, yes, your intent, but your impact was completely different. You said you wanted to do this, but this is what you did. And I don't, to me, that has the same weight as the shoulda, coulda, woulda. And I don't want that. I don't want to be like, well, but God, this is what I meant. Yeah, I know. But when it came down to executing, baby, this is what you produced. And as you can see on the docket, it's nothing. Very little. Like, no, this is what you did. I know what you meant, and I love that's what you meant. It's so sweet, so kind.
Bro, Haley, get out, bro.
What did you do?
Get out, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Now I got
to
leave. Now I gotta leave.
Dang, okay.
I know.
Bro, the jump hurt.
I'm thinking to myself too now.
Dang,
I'm not gonna sit here.
I'm talking, she twisted the knife and some more jump. Like, what's up?
Maybe. I mean, if anything, I'm that myself too. Because yes, I want to read my Bible and I love to pray. But what you doing? Hey, come on, what you doing, bro?
Dang,
what you doing?
That one hurt it. Go on.
Like, what you doing? And then abusing that grace, and then all the other blessings, and it's like, because I'm living those and I'm doing those, glorifying my flesh. You ain't stewarding that well, because you using your blessings and these gifts that I'm giving you for your own.
And then that's like, you're not even stewarding your own body well.
Oh, well,
because you sinning against yourself. That's crazy word.
Y'all, the girls are hollering today. The girls are hollering today. I didn't know you felt like yelling.
No, I don't.
I'm just saying, I didn't know that's what you felt like doing.
You know what you're right. No, it's
okay. If you have to raise your voice,
but it's like, dang.
Yeah.
We don't even be like, even ourselves though. Me though.
Yeah. I don't even care about me. Right. Oh, gross.
I'm messing up me.
And then simultaneously, wait a minute. Sorry, y'all. That pause was longer. And then simultaneously messing up what God has for you and in store for you and what his original plan was.
Ouch, Haley.
I mean, every once in a while you gotta scream. Like, but no, and like, I'm thinking, y'all. Oh, that's one thing I do. I will clock myself too.
And clock me while she at it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She not sorry.
Right? She already know, y'all.
She's not sorry. But it's okay.
But no,
okay.
That's real though.
We need to hear it.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, like, and I think that's why, wait a minute, what am I trying to say? Hold on.
Take your time.
I think Usher's closed the door.
Wait, you say we all leaving at the same time?
Usher's closed the door. Okay, close them. We got time today. Close the door.
Bro, we all leaving together?
No, like, I think that's why I feel like when I have these moments of like myself, like when I sit in God's presence, I ask him, like, kind of reveal some of these things to me. Like, I verbalize a lot of things like to myself and out loud, and so I've noticed like sometimes he will say things through like me too, because I'll sit there and I'll have those moments and I'm like beating myself a little bit, and then it's like wait a minute, and then he's like, and then he'll be talking to me in my head, and I'm like, wait, but, and I will respond like out loud, like legit. It's actually kind of crazy. I feel like if somebody was to see me out in the wild, they'd be like, girl,
I'm in the wild, that's what habitat.
They'd be like, right. They'd be like, oh, look at nature. Back at it. Like, they definitely would be like, okay. But I don't know. And that's how we're really conversational. And then that kind of makes me feel like when I do, because I don't do a lot of kneeling, bowing, prayer, and then I'm like, okay, well, does my little one-liners and conversation, do that count? Like, and those are things that I be thinking about, and then that plays into like the works, and then I'm like, okay, wait a minute, like, step back, zoom out.
I feel like the only wrong way to pray is on somebody else's downfall.
Yeah,
I feel like there's like, you can pray, like, I can be talking like you said, like talking out loud and I'm praying, but he's talking through me to me and I'm talking back.
Yeah. it be wild. Like I love it
Right.
truly. Like when I have those moments, I be like, thank you for those moments, God, because like it be good. It be good to hear from you. And then I throw it in there. I'm like, I know I ain't picked up the phone. I do. See, I be like, I know I've been ducking you, Pooks. I have. I've been ducking you. But I'm glad every time I call you, you pick up first ring. First ring.
Right.
Like I appreciate that. Like thank you so much. Because
and there's so many ways you can talk to God. Like
yeah.
I draw. Like I like to draw. And sometimes if I can't find the words, I would just draw a picture that resemble that and use that as my prayer.
I heard that.
And like he literally like I feel like,
even, like
we got a
crying,
good thing
or
going.
even like crying too, because I'll be having my moments. I just be sitting there, like I was listening to worship music literally today, and I was like, why every time I listen to some music I start crying? I said every time I think about you I start crying. Like what's the deal? Like what's going on?
Just come sit with me.
I know,
you
and,
know what I mean?
And I feel like that's what it is. And then I realized how badly I missed that, and that's what's really tugging at me because it's like, you but are depriving yourself of this.
It's repentance and them tears though. There you go, now. There you go. Don't start crying.
Y'all, like, ooh, but no, I'm
gonna start crying too.
Oh, sorry. I got you. I got you. You know, that's real though. Like, and it's like, dang, I really need you. And I know I need you. But the way I'm moving, the way I'm acting like I don't.
Right.
And it bothers me because I don't remember who was talking. I don't know which one of them apostles it was. But I remember they were talking, they were like, you know, like, you do the thing that you hate, you know, but you know you hate it, but you love it, but you hate. Like, it's like this love-hate thing, pretty much. What it boils down to, I think it was Peter and Romans, but I don't quote me. I might have it for y'all next week. But, like, literally it's what it's saying, like, and that's what you're doing, fighting against that nature, that sinful nature. And it's like, well, I want to do those things, but I don't. Like, I hate those things because I'm taking on your identity. Like, I don't like those things, but I love them. And so I'm like constantly battling, which we knew this was going to be a struggle, but did we? No. I don't think so. I really don't think so.
I ain't seen this becoming like that.
Talk about a bucket of cold water out your sleep. What? And so, like, realizing that, I'm like, okay, and y'all, why am I? This is getting out of hand. I done lost it. But no, like, wait a minute. Yeah, like, so you hate it, so you're constantly battling with that. I feel like I view that too when talking to God, because it's like, and being and spending time with Him, because it's like, I want to. Like, I love you so much, but I don't want to be around you. And I told him that. And I was like, and it's not because I don't want to, but the way I act is if I don't want to. Like, yeah, and it's disgusting. Like, for real. Like, for real. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, why? Like, what is this? Because I do, but then boom, here come Lucifer. Talking about some, well, you really don't like him. You really don't love him, girl. And I'd be like, oh,
that's not
no. Like, and then I keep because
he does not play fair.
No, he doesn't. Because he'd be laughing in my face trying to play me. And I'm like, okay. Because I'm gonna let you, okay. No, for real. And it's like, well, you really don't, you don't fool with him like you say you do then. Because if you did, you would do this, Haley. And that's also me. Because it's like, yeah, that's what you meant. But this is what happened. Right. And then I'm like, okay, here we go. Now, here we go. But then also, too, I have issue with discerning that. Because also, God judges us righteously. So it is like, he says the same thing, you know? Well, you know what to do. You're not doing it. Where do we stand? And then I'm like, okay, so whose message is it? And then I have to listen to the delivery. Right. Because he ain't coming to me like, well, I knew you wasn't going to amount to nothing anyway. Oh, right. Amount. Right? You wasn't going to be nothing anyway. You took on my yoke to do what? Crack that egg. It's on the ground.
You took my yoke to crack that egg.
It's on the ground. Like, that's how I feel it from the devil. But then from God's like, well, this is what it is. And you were doing this and you were doing that. And then I provided you this out. And then you were like, nah. And then I was like, well, okay, she'll be back. But then I don't want you waiting on me because you don't deserve that. Right. Like, it's gross. It is gross. Like, And it bothers me because it's like daily, hourly, minutely, almost to the
Haley.
second. It's like
Haley.
that internal, and I'm like,
Ain't gonna
why
lie,
I shouldn't be struggling.
You just got me with that. I was because me, if somebody knows that I'm waiting for them and they still keep me waiting,
Because you don't value my time.
That messes me all the way up.
You don't value my time.
So to say that you'll be back, but I'm waiting.
And I know
it's crazy.
And that's the thing.
I don't even like if you're not waiting for you, pick it up.
Right?
Pick it up real quick.
And then I get worried because I'm like, you shouldn't be waiting. And then I also know I'm on borrowed time anyway. Ooh. So playtime over with. So I can't be playing around with you. Yes, I know you'll wait. To win, to where I don't want to find out,
and then we don't know when I
that's what I'm, because your time is borrowed, baby. This is a credit, okay? This ain't debit. This is a credit. This ain't your money. And so, like, I'm like, okay, I'm on borrowed time, but I know you have grace. I know you have mercy now, and I'm working. But are you really working? I'm trying. Trying is subjective. Your trying, my trying, they trying is all different. Are you really trying? And then I'm like,
and that's like not stewarding your time.
Exactly. So it's just like, oh gosh. And then even
your
the time
life.
spent, even the time spent with him, like, you're not. Or I sit there, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have me a Bible study. Why are you on your phone for 10? And I'm like, no, and then I sit in the clock. Stop. I'm like, wait a minute.
Just slow down.
Y'all heard me, girl. Chopped and screwed on them. I literally
love a good chop and screw.
Wait a minute,
right? All right.
Okay, yeah.
Bring it back.
We're done.
Bring it back.
No. But then I'll like clock and check myself. Like, hey, why you surfing the web? You supposed to be having. And I'm like, yeah, put the phone down, cause you playing.
Cause if I get on my TikTok, it's over with.
It's raps.
Call it a night.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm gonna watch this YouTube video. And I'm like, nope. And just all that, like all of that. And so I think, and then like he'll give me moments like that. It's like, well, you do not, and then that self denial, like doing that, it does help you with stewarding with stewardship, because it's like, if I'm gonna deny myself, I'm choosing the spirit over my flesh, because I'm choosing to take on, and I'm choosing to surrender that. And I'm like, nope, I can't do that. I'm not doing that. I can't go around that, y'all.
You hear that?
Somebody is
girl.
Okay, that's scary. But yeah, like no, something's dying, and it's the flesh.
Girl, I thought you talking about that noise. I don't know, y'all. It was like somebody banging real hard, and then she gonna come back in and talking about some Lord, God forbid. God forbid.
I mean, forbid that. I hope
but
not.
No, yeah, for real.
I hope not. But that's like, yeah.
It's like, are you killing our relationship, or are you like? That's like, are you saving your life?
Oop, are you losing it? If you're not willing to lose your life for me, right, girl.
I think it's somewhere in Matthew. Maybe.
No, it is. No, you're right.
For sure.
Yeah,
Somewhere in Matthew.
You what? No, you will surely lose it.
Right.
And I'm like, and I think about that all the time, because I'm like, wait a minute, and then reflecting, like, what's the stuff that give me life? No. Like, and then, but being real with yourself, be like, yeah, that's gotta go. That's gotta go. That's definitely gotta go. Like, actually, that should have been gone. Truth be told,
like literally go in your room and clean it out. Yeah. Your physical room too,
and you know,
because you will probably find some stuff that you forgot was up in there. Yeah. Yeah, it happened to me. It happened to me. Sure did.
Well, right.
Get it out. Got me all the way together.
Right. I listen to those convictions.
Right.
It will aid stewardship.
It really will.
Yeah.
Look, we here. We on the same page.
Don't hurt them.
For real.
Thank you for the alignment. Like, that's real though. Like, it will. It really helps, because like the Holy Spirit, like I said, he's an aid for you. He gives you to help you to overcome these things. Like that little voice, listen, even if it's just a little flicker, a little flame, baby. Fan that. Fan it.
Pray over y'all ears. Pray over y'all ears.
Everything.
For real. So y'all can actually like hear your spiritual ears. Whatever your spiritual ears. That he opens it up so you can hear him. Because you can be covering your own ears and not even know it.
And then even your mind too. I always ask them because for some reason mine want to go million miles an hour when it's time to pray.
Right. I be all these thoughts. What you mean?
I'll be like, please silence them. And then what's crazy is like I'll be praying, I'll be going, mid prayer, it kick back up. I'll be like, call it again. Right. Like, please silence them. Please silence some thoughts. It's me and you. Please get rid of that. It's quiet again. Because I got faith that you were quiet. I mean, you just quieted for me a few minutes ago. You got me.
Right.
And I got that power to lean into you because you are the power that I'm leaning on. Like, what?
And some people, I think, and I might be finna expose some junk, but I think the devil might do that, like, after there's, like, he gets silenced, and then a few minutes later, like 30 minutes later, he comes back. I think he could be trying to do that to, like, shake your faith. Because you're like, well, I thought it worked.
You know what? That is a hot take.
I guess it didn't.
It was a very, very hot take.
Yeah.
Because now I know, okay, look, one time I got you, and one time you're going to be like, nah. But I know that the second time, you definitely going to fall. So if I come at you that second, third time, you don't have the faith to sustain you.
Because, right.
Gross. Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. No,
hopefully,
but yeah.
Hopefully that makes sense, right?
What? No, that definitely does. Because they even say, like, it's in the scripture, it's talking about, like, you come back 7 times harder.
I feel like he only do that to, like, shake your face. Like, well, I thought I prayed and I thought it worked, but I guess not. So maybe he not hearing me.
Yeah, or maybe I gotta still work on it. No.
Just keep praying.
Yeah. That's your armor. That's also why it's like, stay armored up.
For sure.
Stay in that prayer. We pray.
The state farm. State farm.
Yep.
You got anything else you want to bring up?
I don't think so. I feel like we
touched a lot. We touched way more than we thought we was.
Actually, yeah, I was worried. So, but we gotta.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. Alright, y'all. It been green. It been cool.
It's always a good time. Looking forward to
you got class.
I don't know. Because there she gonna be a minute.
Alright.
Like she wasn't talking about saying, oh, it twisted the night.
Right. Oh. Alright, y'all. We out here.
Yeah. See y'all next week, Lord willing.
See y'all.